The next form of a linear function we are going to look at is called standard form. So standard form, it looks like this. It's ax plus by equals c, where the a, b, and c are all of our numbers. So here's an example of what you might see. So like 2x plus 3y equals 12. So we're going to talk about how a few different ways to graph an equation in this form. So personally, I like to graph it using intercepts. So the way you do this is to find the x-intercept, we're going to make the y 0, and to find the y-intercept, we're going to make the x 0. The reason for that is notice here I graphed a y-intercept point. The coordinates of that point are 0, 1. So notice in this point, the x value is 0. So to find a y-intercept, you want the x to be 0. And then here, to find the y-intercept, you want the x to be 0. Here's your x-intercept, and notice in the x-intercept, the y is 0. So to find an x-intercept, you're going to make the y 0. So basically, whenever you want to find an intercept, you're going to make the opposite variable 0. So if you want to find an x, make the y 0. If you want to find the y, make the x 0. So there are two different methods. So the first method is the one I was just talking about. So if I want to find the x and y intercepts of this function, I'm going to start off. I usually actually like drawing a chart. So I've got my x, my y. For my x-intercept, my y is going to be 0, and then for my y-intercept, my x is going to be 0. So to find these points, I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So it's going to look like 4x plus 8 times 0 equals 16. Anything times 0 is just gone, so it equals 0. So we're left with 4x equals 16. So to solve for x, we could divide both sides by 4, so you get x equals 4. So your x-intercept is the point 4, 0. So if it helps you, you could put like the parentheses around it. So this is our x-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we are going to plug in a 0 for x. So it'll look like 4 times 0 plus 8y equals 16. So once again, anything times 0 is 0. So we're left with 8y equals 16. We could divide both sides by 8. So y equals 2. So our y-intercept is 0, 2. So that's our y-intercept. And if I did a rough sketch of that graph, my x-intercept is 4, so I'd go out to 4 on the x-axis. My y-intercept is 2, so you'd go up to 2. And then you would draw a line connecting those. So this is a really nice way to graph where you don't have to worry about slope. You just get 2 points for your intercepts and connect them with a line. The other method that's kind of unique, but if you don't like this process, you could also do a process where we're going to divide both sides by c. So I'm just rewriting the equation. So we're going to divide both sides by 16, because that's my c. So I'm going to divide 16 here, 16 here, 16 here. Then this equals 1. Then to find your x and y intercept, the x-intercept is going to be the reciprocal of what's with the x here. So it was 4 over 16. We are going to flip it over to find the reciprocal. So that's going to be 16 over 4. Which if you simplify it, you're going to get 4. So my x-intercept is going to be the point 4, 0. So another way to think about your x-intercept is it's going to be whatever the c value is divided by whatever the a value is. Then for your y-intercept, we're going to take this fraction with the y and we're going to flip it over. So we're going to make it 16 over 8. And if we divide that, we get 2. And for a y-intercept, you're going to do 0 first. It'll be 0, 2. So my x-intercept is 4, my y-intercept is 2. So that's exactly what we found here as well. So in variable terms, that would be c over b. So your x-intercept would be c over a. Your y-intercept would be c over b. So personally, I like this one better just because mathematically it makes more sense to me. But if you like this way and that's a good shortcut for you, you could do it this way as well. The only other thing I want to point out is sometimes there's a minus sign. So when there is a minus sign, make sure you attach it to the y. So for example, if I was doing my method 1 with my chart, and if I wanted to find the y-intercept, if I plug in a 0 here, it would be 3 times 0 minus 9y equals 18. So this equals 0, so I've got a negative 9y. So make sure you're dividing by a negative 9. so that your y value is going to end up being a -2. So whenever the minus sign is in between these, your y-intercept is going to be a negative value. All right, I'm going to end the video, and then if you would like to see a graphing example, watch the next video.